From Shakespeare's Birthplace to one of Britain's last remaining chain ferries, Stratford-upon-Avon gave us history, beauty, and some unforgettable moments. Come along as we explore its wonder. Hello everyone, welcome to Cat Couple Chronicles. Our UK trip wouldn't have felt complete without a visit to the charming town of Stratford-upon-Avon, the birthplace of the legendary William Shakespeare. With excitement in our hearts, we set off from Cheltenham Spa, tickets in hand, for a memorable journey. The journey took us first to Birmingham New Street, and from there, a short walk led us to Birmingham Moor Station, where we boarded a train on the iconic Shakespeare Line. This stretch between Moor Street and Stratford-upon-Avon was more than just a scenic route. It was a gentle tribute to Shakespeare's timeless works. Each station along the way celebrated one of his plays. At Tyseley, we were greeted by All's Well That Ends Well, while Wilpcote paid homage to the Taming of the Shrew. The station at Stratford-upon-Avon welcomed us with a Midsummer Night's Dream. Right outside Stratford-upon-Avon station, we were greeted by a charming cutout of William Shakespeare himself. As we began our walk toward the town centre, we stumbled upon a beautiful series of mosaics lining the path. These intricate panels offer glimpses into Stratford-upon-Avon's rich cultural heritage. Created by artist Rob Turner, these beautifully capture the spirit and essence of the town, from its theatrical legacy to its everyday charm. Each piece took an entire month to complete. The Old Thatch Tavern is an absolute gem nestled in the heart of Stratford-upon-Avon. Since 1623, it has held its official license as a public house, making it the oldest pub in town. As you step into Henley Street, one of the first things that catches your eye is a statue of William Shakespeare, standing with quiet pride near the house where his story began. Just behind it is the very place where he was born and spent his early years, a beautiful timber-framed home that has been lovingly preserved over the centuries by the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust. At the entrance, we were gently welcomed with a short documentary that set the tone for the visit. It offered a thoughtful glimpse into Shakespeare's life and the world he grew up in, giving us a peek into their daily way of living. Stepping into the courtyard, we were immediately drawn to the beautiful and well-tended garden. Before entering the house, a friendly guide shared fascinating insights about Shakespeare's family. One of the most striking details was the grand bed placed right in the parlor, the living room of the house. It might seem odd now, but back then this was a status symbol. Only wealthy families could afford such beds, and placing one in the main room was a way to proudly display that wealth. This cozy corner of the house was the dining area where the family would have gathered for their daily meals. Upstairs, you'll find the main bedroom on the first floor, and you could see a small cradle. This very room is thought to be where William Shakespeare was born. Tucked away in an adjoining room is a very special piece of history, the early 18th century window that once looked out from Shakespeare's birthplace. Though it has been replaced, the original window has been carefully preserved and is now on display for visitors to see up close. As early as 1806, visitors began inscribing their names to mark their visit, turning the window into a living guest book of sorts. Over time, it became a tradition. Among the signatures are some truly distinguished names, including Walter Scott, Thomas Carlyle, and Henry Irving. As you wander through the garden, you will notice a variety of flowers and herbs, each thoughtfully chosen to reflect the kinds of plants that would have been familiar to Shakespeare in his own lifetime. Nestled within the garden is an interesting sculpture and imagined meeting between William Shakespeare and Tang Xianzhu, a renowned Chinese playwright who lived during the same era. And there, in a quiet, peaceful corner of the garden, we found him, Rabindranath Tagore. We had been looking forward to this moment, knowing he was here, and still seeing his presence in this setting felt so special. Back in 1916, Tagore wrote a heartfelt poem in honor of Shakespeare on the tercentenary of his death. Decades later, inspired by that very poem, Dr. L.M. Singhvi, the then India's High Commissioner to the UK, envisioned a lasting tribute. A monument that would connect generations of Indians visiting Stratford-upon-Avon to both Shakespeare and Tagore. On 5th July 1995, that vision came to life with the unveiling of Tagore's bust, sculpted by Kolkata artist Sri Debobrata Chakraborty. In a lovely twist of fate, I had once accompanied Sri Chakraborty during a freelance photo assignment for a major newspaper during Durga Puja in 2012, never knowing then about his beautiful work here in Shakespeare's garden. It's incredible how things come together. This beautiful market town carries with it over 800 years of history, and as you stroll through its streets, you can still see many of the old buildings that have stood the test of time. On our way to visit what was once Shakespeare's new home, we happened to spot a sweet little sign that read Shakespaw Cat Café, and of course I had to take a peek. Inside, right by the window, a fluffy white cat was fast asleep on a cat tree. As you walk around Stratford-upon-Avon, you will notice many lovely Tudor-style buildings with their timber frames and leaded windows. Some of these date all the way back to Shakespeare's time. One such gem is the Shakespeare Hostelry, today known as the Shakespeare Hotel. This is the lovely Guild Chapel, and just behind it is the school that William Shakespeare attended. And just across from the chapel lies a truly special site, Shakespeare's new place. Shakespeare purchased new place in 1597 for £60, a significant sum at the time. He lived here for 19 years, right up until his passing in 1616. While the original house no longer stands, having been destroyed first in 1702 by Sir John Clopton and then further demolished in 1759 by Reverend Francis Gastrell, the spirit of the place has not been lost. In 1876, the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust took over the site, and with care and imagination, they created the beautifully designed gardens and thoughtful installations that visitors see today. The Trust has taken great care to give the visitors a complete Shakespeare experience. This is the beautiful Knot Garden, thoughtfully designed to reflect what it might have looked like during Shakespeare's time. Scattered throughout the garden are 9 striking bronze sculptures created by artist Greg Watt. Each one is inspired by one of Shakespeare's great works, The Tempest, Hamlet, King Lear, Julius Caesar, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Macbeth, The Winter's Tale, and the memorable characters Henry IV and Falstaff. And tucked within the space is the Pall Mall Monument, a stunning piece by sculptor Thomas Banks. It beautifully creates Shakespeare standing tall, flanked by the dramatic muse and the genius of painting. This beautiful sculpture is called the Greenwood Tree. Inspired by the Forest of Arden from Shakespeare's As You Like It, the tree stands gracefully in the garden as a symbol of gratitude and inspiration. What makes it even more special are the individually engraved bronze leaves that adorn its branches. Each leaf is dedicated to someone who supported the New Place project. Only 300 leaves were made available for sponsorship, and each one carries a unique personal inscription. After soaking in the beauty of the garden and spending a lovely stretch of time outdoors, we finally stepped into the house. Today, it serves as a thoughtfully curated museum, offering a glimpse into the world of Shakespeare and those who have brought his stories to life over the centuries. One of the highlights is the collection of costumes worn by some of the most celebrated Shakespearean actors. From the first floor terrace, there is a stunning view of the garden below. If Shakespeare isn't quite your thing, don't worry. Stratford-upon-Avon has plenty more to offer. One of its charming quirks, the lampposts. Yes, you have heard it right, lampposts. This quaint town is home to a collection of heritage street lights gifted by councils and countries from around the world. A total of 41 lampposts were donated, though 5 were lost during the redevelopment of Bancroft Gardens. That leaves 36 still standing today. We managed to spot around 30 of them. Pretty good if you ask me. We didn't follow any map or guide. Instead, we wandered the streets with a rough idea of where to look. It turned into a bit of a treasure hunt, and that made it all the more fun. This beautiful building is home to 2 of Stratford-upon-Avon's 3 theatres, the Royal Shakespeare Theatre and the Swan Theatre. If you're not in the mood to walk around town, then no problem. The hop-on hop-off buses are a great way to explore without too much footwork. They stop at all the major sites, making it super easy to get around. You can book tickets online and they are valid for 24 or 48 hours. The buses run daily from 9:30 am to 5 pm, so you've got plenty of time to soak it all in at your own pace. Here is the most famous of all the lampposts, gifted by Israel. It's also the most beautifully decorated one and definitely a standout among the heritage street lights. From here, we are heading towards River Avon. As you stroll along, you might notice something charming. The boats are named after Shakespeare's characters, a lovely touch to the town's literary roots. If you fancy a bit of time on the water, you can even hire a river cruise and enjoy a peaceful ride with scenic views. Na duye ka quality Next up is the Gower Memorial, located in Bancroft Gardens, just beside the Royal Shakespeare Company. The central statue of Shakespeare was crafted by Lord Ronald Sutherland Gower and gifted to the town in 1888. Surrounding him are 4 smaller statues, Hamlet, Lady Macbeth, Falstaff, and Prince Hal, each representing philosophy, tragedy, comedy, and history. Before crossing over to the other side of the river, we decided to take a little tea break, complete with a slice of red velvet cake and a sandwich, all while soaking in the beautiful views of the Avon River. This is the tramway bridge, and in the distance, the historic Cheltenham Bridge. Just nearby, where you spot plenty of birds, is a protected nature reserve, a lovely little haven of wildlife right by the river. Now we have made it to the other side of the river, and in just a moment you will see why we crossed here. And here it is. This is the Stratford Chain Ferry, a manually operated pedestrian ferry that has been running since 1937. It's one of the last remaining of its kind in Britain.
যাও ফেরি আসছে
A ride costs just £1 per adult, and it was such a unique and charming experience. After stepping off the ferry, we found ourselves once again among Stratford's delightful heritage lampposts as we walked towards our next stop, Holy Trinity Church. This is the oldest building in Stratford-upon-Avon. It's where Shakespeare was baptized, and where he now rests alongside his wife and daughters. We arrived just at closing time, but a kind lady at the entrance graciously let us in for a few minutes. In those brief moments, we simply took in the beautiful interiors of the church. We didn't try to see Shakespeare's grave as time was short, but if you're planning a visit, there is a £5 fee per adult to view it up close. আর ওখানে একটা ব্ল্যাকবার্ড বসে আছে একটা গ্রেভস্টোনের উপর দেখতে পাচ্ছ থিয়েটারে কিছু to Shakespeare Ferry. Our return tickets to Cheltenham Spa were booked for the 5:43 train. With a little time left, we made our way to the station via Sheep Street, soaking in the last bits of the town.
Tagore.
While walking through the RSC Park, we came across a small yet touching memorial to Vivien Leigh, the legendary Gone with the Wind actress. She performed here in the summer of 1955 with Laurence Olivier at the Royal Shakespeare Theatre. And just before we wrapped up the day, we stopped by the Shakespeare Memorial Fountain, a beautiful gift from American publisher George William Childs. It felt like a fitting end to a day spent walking in the footsteps of the bard. Whether you are here for Shakespeare, the Chain Ferry, the lampposts, or just the peace of a slow afternoon, Stratford-upon-Avon has a way of staying with you, long after you have left its cobbled streets behind. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.